Adonainu, Moreno, ורבינו, המשיח, לעולם. Welcome to the summary of the week of Dvar Malchus, sicha from Shabbas, Parshas Eikev, hatomim. The Rebbe Moshiach Shlit starts off with the fact we're staying now in the Shabbos. It's a blessing, which is the cheshbon, the entire year. Therefore, we must explain what is the cheshbon, what is the avodah. And especially, we must understand the connection and learn a lesson from the fact that this year, Rosh Chodesh Elul falls out in the days of Shabbos and Sunday, and also this that this week's parsha is Parshas Eikev. The Rebbe Moshiach Shlit explains that the idea, the cheshbon of the avodah, is hinted in the word of the month Elul, which stands for Anil Daily. I'm close to my beloved, means I'm coming close to Hashem, being a search to Tata. And Daily, Hashem is being a real from above. That's a search to Hashem help coming from above. What does the Seder? What's the order? First of all, the first I can close to Hashem. And why? Because the neshama was sent down here in order to serve Hashem from below. And that's the pleasure of a person. The person has tainug when he himself succeeds to do something. And like Chassidim say, that by Chassidim, no thing is nothing happens by itself. Everything comes through avodah, through work. Like Chazal tell us, a gaita, you work hard at mitzvah, and then you succeed. Time then you should believe. And even though there's Hashem gives a koyach to us come close to Hashem, we know the example of a king coming to the field, it's Hashem giving us the koyach. However, the purpose is always that the Yid himself, he come close to Hashem, he should work close to Hashem. Because then, that he gets aroused from above, is drawn down inwardly, and he can perceive it. And second of all, when he himself is working to come close to Hashem, he will be receiving a greater arousing from above. And this idea also emphasizes the fact that the word Elul is Aleph. Aleph is the beginning of all letters. It's the beginning of the Avodah. And also Aleph is first letters equal 1. That shows in the Avodah have been a kal l'kavod and go from step by step. However, it says the Rebbe Moshiach Shlit because in Elul itself there's Ani l'doidi and l'doidi from below and from above. You must say that Yid includes both. This idea is also emphasizing the fact that Rosh Chodesh is always 2 days. We have the 30th day of and the first day of Elul. Especially this year, that the first day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, which is Lilam Dov, is Shabbos, chosen avodah of Milamayla. Shabbos is greater than the entire week. We have avodah of the second day of Rosh Chodesh, which is Sunday. Sunday starts, Monday, starting slowly, the avodah of serving Hashem goes from below to above. Why? Because really in the avodah of Elul, you have both aspects. And the idea is found by every single Yid has a neshama. On one hand is chelik alikam mamish, part of Hashem. Because of this, Yid has to demand from himself to do the greatest things in the completion level of Shabbos. On the other hand, he has a body which is made of dust. And according to this, he has to serve Hashem in a limited way. And what does this mean? That always, in every single day of the year, even on some Chastayr and Kippur, on the greatest day, is always limited day. Every day has the Shir Shal Yom, even on great Yom Tovim, and the Karban Tamid, which is every day, is also on Simchas Torah. On the other hand, also during the week, always have to have the idea of miraculous, of going higher than everything else. And this is also the difference between Yisachar and Zvul. Those that are learning Torah are higher in the world. And the Zvul is those that are working. However, what's the main day of Rosh Chodesh? The main day of Rosh Chodesh we celebrate is second day. This idea of Aleph El, which shows in the way of Matil. Why? Because the purpose is the person himself should come close to Hashem. That's the purpose of Dira B'Techleinim, that Hashem will come reveal Dafka in this world. And therefore, we also start the main day of Rosh Chodesh is Aleph El, the day of Sunday, the day of coming close to Hashem. And because Dafka down here, Atmos is revealed. And more than this, through coming to the lowest places, from below, you uplift everything else. Therefore, the main day of Rosh Chodesh is the day that starts of Sunday, which is Aleph El, which is the Avodah of Milmat Mayla. According to this, we have to the cheshbon. Every person's make has to be included in 3 ideas. First, the idea of Anil how he come close, he put work in bringing his body slowly close to Hashem. He has to make a cheshbon and see how much how much he revealed in the Shema, jumping hard and everything else, and how you connect them both together. And this idea is also connected to this week's parsha, which is Eikev. Parshas Eikev, Rashi explains what does Eikev mean? Like a heel, mitzvahs that we step on like a heel. However, some explanations say that Eikev is talking about Mashiach's times. Suddenly there are 2 opposite explanations. So the Rebbe Moshiach Shlit no. How do we come to Eikev, which means Mashiach's time, which is the greatest at levels? through Eikev, through starting the slowest steps of being careful with small mitzvahs, so to speak, people stepping with their heel. And so regarding the idea of Mashiach, Eikev tzad Mashiach. So one explanation means that just like the heel is the lowest part of the body, the generation before Mashiach comes is the lowest. On the other hand, Eikev means you're already very close to Mashiach, and the Rebbe Mashiach brings like we already hear the footprints of Mashiach, especially in our generation, our time. The Rebbe gave us testimony; they already polished the buttons, and the only thing that's left is one tenuah of Hashem bringing us to Eretz Yisrael for it to scream again and again, Ad Mosai. And what's the connection going through the idea of this lowest time? We are bringing the idea of the Geula, just like the idea of Geula in general, is taking Geula, exile, and bringing inside Aleph, bringing in Hashem. And this is the lesson we learn standing out in the Mashiach. Every Yid has the power to arouse himself, and arouse other Jews around him, and arouse Hashem, according to all the signs. Mashiach already had to come a long time ago. And according to all the signs, this year is the year the Mashiach is revealed in. And especially coming after 3 weeks, which Yidden were involved with learning about the Beis HaMikdash. Through this, Hashem considers if they built the Beis HaMikdash, or found out in a show with many minyanim, many tens of Yidden together, so every single Jew has the merit and the responsibility to scream to Hashem, Ad Mosai, for how long? Now, since already finished all our Avodah, the bringing Mashiach, and already screaming Ad Mosai, the question is, how can it be, according to, after all this, Mashiach hasn't come yet? So the Rebbe King Moshiach says, we know the letter, the Baal writes, that Mashiach is based off, is dependent in Afat Slamiyanos, spreading chesed all over the place. We have to explain how much the Rebbeim spread chesed and explanations of chesed, and also translating chesed and bringing it to every single place. However, the Rebbe King Moshiach says that I thought there's a place, the area of chesed was not brought yet. And that's the idea of the script of Braille, which is meant for blind people, which they can't read with their eyes, so they have papers with bumps, and they feel the bumps. And through it, they understand that what's written over there. And this is a very, very far place. However, since the Rebbe King Moshiach that now, that even time was printed in Braille, none of that was already brought to some and therefore, even though we didn't come to every single Yid in the world that's blind, but already the idea of chesed came to this place. And the main point is the Gula Mitzvah Shalom Dovber Baruch. So if this idea of a tiny Braille was holding back Mashiach or not, but even if it was, now everybody was taken away. And Mashiach will come, the first people will be healed are the blind people. And really, sometimes Mashiach will not have to have the idea of reading from books, because we'll have Mashiach in the way of our ear. We'll see the day of Mashiach. And Yudatzin, thank you for this second, to be ready a second before the Gula. We'll have the Gula Mitzvah Shlema, Aydei Mashiach Tzadkeinu, take it from Miyad Mamash. Yechi Adonenu, ורבינו, ורבינו, מלך המשיח, לעולם ועד.